Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. For today's adventure, we're going to be revisiting certain malls that have closed recently and are under the process of being redeveloped. Right behind me is the JCPenney here at Brunswick Square Mall. Now this mall closed down just earlier this year, and they intend to just basically redevelop the entire indoor portion, leaving only some of the businesses. They have construction underway on this mall, and I want to take you around and just kind of see what's here, see what we can still find. We're going to go check out what remains of Brunswick Square, so come with me. So here we have the JCPenney, and this is remaining open. As you can see, there's a big sign that says, "We are open," in case there was any doubt. And this is a very cool, I want to say this was built in the 70s. Look at the architecture here on this building. Very cool. And over here, we can see where they've begun demolition on the mall. I know I'm not supposed to go in here, but I'm going to do it anyway. They have this entire store torn out here, and I remember on my most recent visit to this mall when it was still open, there was actually a gaming store open inside here. But if you look on that back wall there, we can actually see some tile. I'm not sure where that was from exactly, but that looks like it was probably from some kind of old school mall store. And now over here, this was the former mall entrance, and the Panera Bread and maybe that crab restaurant next to it are still open. We're going to take a look at that in just one second. So we have the former mall entrance here. I don't know if we can actually go in here. Let's see what this says. Boxing and performance, new entrance in back, drive around. Okay, so this is closed up, but we're gonna look inside here and see. Wow, they have torn this place apart, and it looks like they have, is that a wall or a screen at the end of the hallway? I think that's where it used to open up into the mall. And as we can see here, they have all the entrances of the Panera walled off. So if you go inside the Panera, you can't even see that anymore. But look at all this stuff that they're removing, all the ceiling ventilation, all gone. Yeah, Panera's still open. And this is the Twisted Crab Seafood. I don't know if this is open or not. Oh yeah, I see someone inside there. So yeah, that's still open. And now over here we can see construction underway. There's actually construction crews working on it as we speak. I don't know how close I want to go because I don't want to bother these folks. But over here, it was Bar Louie and Red Robin front-facing restaurants. And now they're all being torn out. Yeah, this was a mall entrance right here where it's all opened up. And these were restaurants. This was Red Robin and Bar Louie. And they're actively converting the formerly enclosed section of the mall into front-facing businesses. This is all going to be redeveloped. It's basically going to become a strip mall, demalling process, as they say. I don't know how close. They don't. Probably not supposed to be out here filming in the construction zone, but try and get as close as I can here. Yeah, this used to be the entrance to the mall. Barnes & Noble is remaining open, staying open through the construction. And this is an old school style. Well, not so much old school, but this is the Barnes & Noble that still has the Starbucks cafe. They haven't updated it yet. If you've been to one of the newer Barnes & Noble stores, they've changed their layout. They have almost no seating areas. The way it's set up is completely different. They're really not nearly as nice as they used to be. Let's go check out this Barnes & Noble. They still have the old cafe area. Yeah, the new style Barnes & Nobles don't have this. They have this mural here with all the different authors. I'm feeling nostalgic for something that's not entirely gone yet, but I know it's gonna be. And here's another thing you don't see in Barnes & Noble anymore. The media center. And it's filled with Funko Pops. I remember these used to be filled with CDs and DVDs, and now it's toys and things. Not that I don't like toys, but I don't know. Oh, this makes me sad. Oh, look at that. Yeah, this used to be the place to come and get your movies, get your music. I mean, I'm glad physical media is having a resurgence in popularity, but I just wish more mainstream businesses were still carrying them. Because, like, what even is this stuff, you know? I really hate Funko Pops. Well, here are some Blu-rays. They got some anime movies. These are really good movies. This is a good one. This is also a really good one. All these Studio Ghibli movies. What's over here? Oh, these are Gundams. That's kind of cool. But look at this. This is all vinyl records. So it's pretty cool that vinyl is still being sold at a place like this. And do you remember this? Do you remember what used to be here? This used to be the listening station where you could come and listen to like 15 seconds of a CD before you bought it, and you could decide whether you wanted it or not. All right, well, over here is still full of DVDs. That's pretty cool. And look at this old graphic up here. That's like very Y2K style. They still have the Barnes & Noble Junior section here. These are all being removed from the updated stores. This is a shame, because this is something kids should really get to experience, you know? Alrighty, well that was Barnes & Noble. A nice old school Barnes & Noble. Come check those out if you still can, because they are updating them and they are not nearly as cool as they used to be. But let's continue looking around what's left of Brunswick Square. And check this out. We can see right up inside what they're working on here. Yeah, look at that. They got the mall wide open here. Yeah, it's all opened up, and you can see over there the old entrance to the Macy's, still with all the signage up. And now this Macy's is still open. It's a clearance center. But this is wild. Let me go down here a little bit. Yeah, they have stripped out the insides completely. And now this is the Macy's, and it's a very old school looking building. This was originally a Bamberger's department store, and currently it's a Macy's clearance store. And I believe this is going to be staying open until 2027, and I don't know what they're going to be doing with it afterwards. But for now, still open. Maybe we'll take a look inside. Oh boy, look at that. That ain't good. Alright. Let's see what's happening at Macy's clearance. Yeah, so as you can see, it's lots of racks of clearance product, probably brought in from other Macy's locations in the area. And there's many in New Jersey. I think almost every mall in Jersey has one. But they have the top floor closed off here. Let's see if we can get a peek up there, see what's going on. Oh, look at that. Very cool old school department store here. All right, and up here is the former mall entrance, and it looks like they have like a curtain in front of it, so we can't see through, but I don't know, maybe there'll be a spot where I can get a peek. Yeah, let's see. Let me see what's happening back here. All right, it looks like they have the entire mall just completely gutted out. Almost nothing of the old Brunswick Square Mall remains. That makes me really sad, you know? It was never my favorite mall, but I'm always sad to see another mall close. Yeah, just kind of crazy, you know? Just a active construction area in what used to be a mall. And hear all those saws going. Oh, look at the ceiling here. Look at all that water damage. So yeah, old building. Kind of falling into disrepair a little bit here. All right, let's keep going back this way, because I think we're starting to get into sort of like the creepy liminal space looking section of the old Macy's. Now, if you've seen the Backrooms movie, the Backrooms are found in the basement of an old furniture store. So let's see what we can find in this back furniture section. Look at this little section they have just closed off here. It has kind of an old school look to it. Now back through this way, they have these really awesome mirrored panels here. That's actually really beautiful. Oh, but here we go. I think we're in the back rooms. Oh yeah. Yep, look at this. Major back rooms vibes here. I love this stuff so much. Let me see how far I can go. Hopefully I don't get into any trouble. I don't see anyone working back here. Maybe we'll take a peek in this back area here. See what we can find. Okay. Look at the water damage up top there. Can I go back here? Yeah, so this is, I think, the front entrance of the Macy's. Look at that old floor. That's pretty neat. It looks like they're selling some weird stuff. These must be the trumpets used. These must have been from like Christmas decorations. They must have been held up by like angels or something. These fake trumpets. And they're selling the office supplies now. You know when they start selling the stuff from the offices, you know they're getting close to the end here. Because these are all the hole punches from the office. And some files and folders and stuff. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Yeah, all the desks and office chairs. This must be stuff from like the waiting areas. Oh, and what is this? What is this machine? I don't know what this does, but it's some kind of like old tape machine. I don't know. If you know what this is for, please let me know. Oh, look, they have the creepy mannequins over here. Oh, look at this. Yeah, mannequins weird me out. Even more so when they're just like a partial human. Just something about it. Very weird. Oh, look at these old jewelry counters. These old pink ones. That's pretty neat. These are like an old school Macy's thing. Yeah, if we look over here, this is on the back side of the mall now. They have it completely opened up, and you can actually see from one side of the mall into the other. Let me see if I can get a look at that. Yeah, it is completely opened up. They've just chopped it to pieces. Yeah, here you can see all the way to the other side. Yeah. So sad. Well, that truck is full of drywall. So it looks like they are working on getting new rooms, new businesses put in here. So they are moving along with reopening this up as a strip mall. Yeah, so we have that really cool looking JCPenney over there. And over here, they've just completely gutted the inside. Yeah, there's nothing left of what used to be a mall. It's just a shell. Now over here, the AMC. The AMC is still open. I don't know. I don't know if we'd be able to get a look at the mall from inside the AMC. Maybe we'll go take a look. Yeah, so this at the end of this hallway, it opened up into the mall, and we can see that they have it drywalled off now. I don't think I can go all the way up to it because I'd have to buy a movie ticket. But yeah, you you wouldn't even know that this was a mall. All right, let's take a walk inside the JCPenney and see if we can get a look at the mall from inside. I don't know, they may have closed off the mall entrance, but we're gonna give it a shot. And we can enter here through this very strange little liminal hallway here.
Okay, so don't sit here and tell me something what are you talking about?
Anything else fun?
All right, well, here's the old mall entrance, and it looks like they have it covered up. So I don't know if there's going to be any spots where we can sneak a peek. But yeah, right behind here, they've just completely torn out everything that used to be a mall. All right, well, I don't think there's anywhere where I can get a look inside on the other side of this, but at least I tried. I just want to drive around the JCPenney building here, just kind of show you what this looks like, because this is a very impressive looking department store. I'm not sure what you'd call it. Is this brutalist or is this like modernist, this architectural style? I'm not really sure, but it's very old school looking and it's very cool. And I'm glad they're keeping this, that they're not knocking this down, because that would be a real shame. Just look at that red brick. Look down here at these little concrete planters. Yeah, they don't make them like this anymore. Yeah, this is neat. I geek out when I see stuff like this. And now I think what they're going to be doing with this mall, I think it's going to be like a pickleball court and a couple other businesses. I'm not sure what all, but it's basically going to be a strip mall with just 2 anchors attached to it. So it's going to be a little strange. And now I have another video. I actually have 2 videos. I went to this mall when it was still open and operating, and then I went on its final day of operation. So be sure to check out those videos if you want to see what this mall used to look like. But yeah, it's a really cool mall. All right. Well, that's it for Brunswick Square. All right, we're going to look at the site of another former mall that is currently undergoing redevelopment. This is the former Monmouth Mall in Eatontown, New Jersey. And this closed about 2 years ago, and almost all of it's demolished now, except for the Boscov's, which you see behind me, and the Macy's, which is a little bit further out. But right now, they've already begun construction on apartment buildings and new retail space here. Let's go see what's going on. So this is the Boscov's, and this is another old school department store. This was originally an Abraham and Straus when the mall first opened. And the mall used to be attached to this anchor space, used to extend out this way. And right there, where you can see sort of like that unfinished building, I don't know if that's retail or apartments over there, but that used to be about where the JCPenney used to be. And then it went out on to where the Macy's currently stands, and that's all that's left of the mall. We're going to go check out this Boscov's, and then we're going to go see what else is going on here, because it looks like there's a lot of new development happening on the former Monmouth Mall space. All right, here we are at Boscov's. And this is formerly Abraham Straus. And if we go to this main little center area here, we can see these really impressive escalators. Let's go take a look at these. Yeah, look at these with the travertine finish on them. Those look like they're straight out of the 80s. These are so cool. Yeah, there's a picture of this mall from the 80s. I saw it on Instagram, and you can still see these escalators in it. And let me just show you close up. This is like travertine stone, which is sort of like this porous, crystalline stone. And you don't see it used very often anymore. But it's just a very beautiful, old school touch here. And I'm glad it's still here. Yeah, and this is it right here. This is where the former mall entrance was. And now there's nothing on the other side now, because that whole part of the mall is just completely gone. But yeah, this used to be Monmouth Mall. I liked that one. That was pretty cool. And again, I have videos. I think I've made 3 visits to it. And I made a video on the last day. So I'll leave links to those down in the description below. Be sure to check those out if you wanted to see what this mall looked like when it was still open. Straight ahead here used to be where the main portion of the mall was. I think to the left was where Lord & Taylor is. And over here was like sort of like the main concourse of the mall. As you can see now, it is all condo buildings just going up there. Yeah. It's almost all gone. Okay, so they do have some retail space here. This is Our House Furniture Store, which is sort of like a high-end furniture store, fancy stuff. And just look at all these condos. Kind of depressing. Really miss having them all here. And this up ahead here looks like it's probably more retail space right there. And now this is the Macy's. And right here you can see where this is where the mall was cut off, right about here. And it used to have this really beautiful front inside the mall. If you check out my other videos on Monmouth Mall, you'll be able to see that. But the Macy's is going to remain here. And we got a Whole Foods. That's great. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Whole Foods. I just think it's like, I mean, it was good at one point, but now it's just completely soulless. And that's opening up pretty soon here. Yeah, so this Macy's and the Boscovs are really all that's left of Monmouth Mall. This one makes me really sad because I really liked Monmouth Mall for what it was. But yeah, and I think back when the mall was open, if you walked down this way, this would be an entrance into the mall down here. Okay, so I think stuff on this side actually was connected to the mall. So I lied. There is still a little bit left of the mall, but it's all front facing now. It's not enclosed. And I think around over here is where the food court used to be. And I'm not sure, is that part of the food court up top there still left? I can't really tell. It's a little tough to tell. But there's an AMC movie theater on the other side, and that's staying open. But I don't know what happened to the food court. I think the food court might be gone. So I mentioned earlier in the video how the redeveloped Barnes & Noble stores are not nearly as nice as the old ones. Here's an example of one of the new ones. Let me just go show you inside, just give you an idea of what these look like if you haven't seen one already. Yeah, so you can see it's definitely not as warm and inviting as the older ones were. Not quite as much seating area. Now, this one does have a cafe. I didn't think any of the new ones had a cafe, but they do have one right here. And yeah, it is a Starbucks. So I guess some of the new ones do have cafes, but most of them don't. Yeah, I'm not really in love with the new Barnes & Nobles. But then again, I'm still happy that it's here, that there are still bookstores open, you know? I guess any bookstore is a good bookstore in my opinion. But I don't know. Could use some more seats, more places to chill out. They definitely don't want people just coming here and hanging out. I think that's why I liked stores like Borders, Barnes & Noble, because they were kind of like a third space. You'd come, you'd grab a book, sit for a while, grab a coffee, hang out. Now they just kind of want you to shop and leave. But let me know down in the comments below. Do you like these new Barnes & Nobles or not? And now this up ahead here looks like it's probably space for like some casual dining chains. I'd say it's like a perfect spot for a Chipotle or a Shake Shack. But they already got those over there. Yeah, so out there in the parking lot, there's an abandoned Joe's Crab Shack. And out that way is an abandoned TGI Fridays. I wonder if they're going to try and get new tenants in there or not. I don't know. Seems like they're building a lot of new things here. I wonder if they're going to be more focused on getting those filled up first. But over here, the movie theater is still open. We'll take a quick look at that. Maybe see if there's anything else left on that side. Yeah, and here's the AMC, and it's a very cool, old school looking AMC. And I'm glad that this is staying open, because movie theaters are closing at a really alarming rate. Even worse than malls, they're all disappearing. I don't have time to see a movie today, but let's get a peek inside. Yeah, that looks like a fun AMC. Look at that big skylight that stretches across the building. Very cool. I'm just going to walk down here to the end of the AMC. And this is where it attached to the mall. And right around here was where the food court used to be. Yeah, there's nothing left of that. And that makes me sad, because it was a really nice food court. And it's all just condos. So many condos. And will they be affordable? That's the thing, you know? Yeah. I don't know how far I can go down this way. But yeah, this is about where the mall used to meet the AMC. And it's gone, you know? They chopped it up. They massacred my boy. It's gone. Well, anyway, I just wanted to come and give you some updates on 2 different malls that I had covered in the past. And like I said, if you want to see what these malls look like, I have other videos on them. I'll leave links down below. Check them out. It was very sad to see them go. And it just makes me sad that just all these malls are disappearing. Or they're just being chopped up and zombified or Frankensteined into something else, you know, like what they're doing with Brunswick Square. I just wanted to follow up on these places, just kind of give you an update. I'm sure a lot of you folks are curious as to know what's going on with these properties. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please give it a like, and be sure to subscribe to see me on more adventures in the future. Got a lot more adventures planned for this summer. If you'd like to support the channel, check out my Patreon page. I have videos on there that you can only see there. Or consider becoming a channel member. I'm posting like extras and all kinds of fun stuff on my members only tab. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.